Hello and welcome to TVC News at 7. A Nigerian woman with the name Temitope Arowolo, who was barred by Lebanese authorities from boarding a Mercy flight en route to Nigeria, has finally arrived the country. She is now in the shelter of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons. In May, a Lebanese employer had accused her of attempted murder. Our correspondent Sifon Essien reports.
This is a video clip showing Temitope Arowolo calling on the Nigerian authorities to rescue her from her employers after she had been beaten. She was accused of stealing her employer's phone, an allegation which later changed to murder. Ms. Arowolo's attempts to make it out of Lebanon in a Mercy flight in May hit the rocks. The authorities held her for murder. She later went missing but was found 3 weeks later in a prison in Beirut. Diplomatic efforts by Nigeria to get the domestic worker justice has now yielded results. Temitope Arowolo arrived at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, before 3 p.m. Her experience in Lebanon is anything but pleasant.
Going to Lebanon is like a hell. Nobody knows what will happen there, but I advise the other girls to stay here in Nigeria and try to make it the way the Lord put them through, the way the Lord can put them through, because going outside there was like a hell. Even not only in Lebanon, but what I experienced in Lebanon, I pray even not for my Satan to experience it.
The Nigerian authorities are pleased with the outcome of the diplomatic effort.
They're charged with attempted murder and theft, which of course we all know was not true. The Lebanese ambassador promised that she was going to be released, and to God be the glory, she has been released and she's back.
We have good dialogues with the Lebanese government, and if not for their help today, we will not be able to receive these victims.
Ms. Arowolo is one in several cases of Nigerian women being trafficked abroad in search of greener pastures, which end up in forced labor or outright slavery. The return of Ms. Temitope is a milestone for the Nigerian government, and many persons are optimistic that it would continue the full hog to ensure that many Nigerians trapped in foreign countries and being held against their will return back to the country. Sifon Essien, TVC News, Abuja.
Well, Sifon Essien now joins me from Abuja. Sifon, it's good and heartwarming to see and have Miss Temitope Arowolo back to the country. Tell us what you saw upon our arrival to the country.
Well, it's a celebration of some sort for the Nigerian authorities, the lady herself, and those who received her at the airport. The fact that the journey to freedom has culminated in her arrival in Nigeria. Remember, the video making the rounds online indicated that at some point in time she was battered and she cried out in that online clip seeking freedom. But it's a plus for the Nigerian government, and many persons expect that the government would go the extra mile to ensure that many Nigerians who are in incarceration or being held against their will in different crimes are brought back into the country. It was a celebration of some sort at the airports today.
That she is now under the shelter of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons. What plans does the government have for her now that she's back? Any word from them?
Well, the DG of that agency told us that she would be made to undergo the mandatory 2 weeks quarantine, after which she would be put on skills, help to acquire some skills, lifelong skills that would help add value to our lives. And that would happen in the shelters of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons.
Sifon Essien, our correspondent, thank you so much for welcoming Miss Temitope Arowolo back to the country.